Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we have a super fun one, the Uncanny X-Men 244 Facsimile Edition by Chris Claremont and Mark Silvestri, introducing Jubilee to the team. So subscribe to my channel, hit like, and let's get right into it. Check out this cover. This is so much fun. This is a classic comic book cover. First of all, this is a facsimile edition. Facsimile editions are reprints of comics, but facsimile means it's an exact replica, except for the price, of course, and the paper quality. Marvel's been doing like their facsimiles on slick paper. DC has been doing their artifact editions, what they call them, because you know Marvel and DC always have the same stuff but different names for it. They're doing theirs more on like a newsprint kind of Mando paper. Some people don't like the slick paper. I kind of like it. It shows off the art in the best way possible. This is so much fun. Classic comic trope of the, characters talking to the audience, and the audience is this mysterious M Squad. Who are they? What are they? Hey, buy the book. Well, guess what? You don't have to. I bought it for you. So here we go. And this is originally published in what? Oh my gosh. You know, in the 80s. Anyway, so we have Chris Claremont, writer, Mark Silvestri, penciler, Dan Green, inker, Glynis Oliver, colorist, Tom Orzechowski, letterer, Bob Harris, editor-in-chief, Tom DeFalco, mall manager. So this does take place at a mall. This is during the X-Men's time in the Australian outback, which kind of lasted a long time. They were like presumed dead, so they would do their operations covertly. This is fun. Like, I was thinking about this. This is such a bygone era. You know, Chris Claremont and Mark Silvestri had such a great team on the Uncanny X-Men. They had like like a huge long run before he left to do Wolverine. He's an artist. Everybody loves Mark Silvestri. I do think that he's one of those artists who like definitely got better over the course of time and definitely benefited from the type of like slick inking that he would cultivate over at Top Cow. It's funny. So Jubilee's in the mall. She's doing like tricks with her fireworks. The thing that I loved about this the most, and I guess this is like also a comic trope in a way, that you kind of have to put aside your eye-rolling reflex or your suspension of disbelief. Like, she's talking to the crowd and she's explaining what her powers are and how they work. As a 14-year-old girl who probably just had her mutant powers kick in, I'm wondering how she knows the exact science of her powers. I realize that's just a way to communicate it to the audience, but I just thought it was kind of funny. And if I noticed it, other people probably noticed it. Anyway, so the basic gist of the book is her trying to get away from the mall rent-a-cops. This is in Los Angeles. There is no, I forgot what mall they called this. I don't know if this was a mall at some point, but it doesn't exist anymore. It kind of looks like the Glendale Galleria, I want to say. But there's like 30 rent-a-cops, and I don't know, like, you can't even find a real cop when you need them. I don't think a mall is going to splurge on all these rent-a-cops, and their focus is this like cute young Asian girl who has like a light show and is entertaining people. That makes sense. I don't know. Once again, sign of the times, right? It's so different. I love the aesthetic. Here we go to the Outback. I thought this was interesting too. Like, Dazzler is like rocking this tan and she looks so dark. Like, that is so funny. I wonder why that was like such an important element. But I mean, it wasn't like super important. But then like, also I have to say, like, this issue is kind of silly in a lot of ways. And I kind of like when Claremont gets silly because, you know, he's doing a 17-year uninterrupted run on the Uncanny X-Men month after month after month. He's working with different artists. He has a history of working with artists for long runs. So that shows, like, what a great rapport he can establish with an artist. Mark Silvestri definitely, I think, was one of his favorite artists to work with. They had these fun, like, human moments. The X-Men just hanging out in the Australian outback. And then Rogue starts pitching a fit, throwing beds around. You know, it's sort of like showing them in the danger room without showing them in the danger room in a way. And then Aurora miraculously flies through this open window that she would never fit through. I'm sorry. Without breaking it, and lands in the bathtub with Betsy. I mean, that is so 80s, like, comedy right there. Give me a break, right? And I think this probably did come out in the summer. Like, the X-Men went at the height of its popularity during this period was, like, bi-weekly in the summer, and I was living for it. It was great. And it did feel a lot like 80s, like, summer movies for some reason. So Rogue, this was interesting, and I loved the way Claremont developed this. So this is well after Rogue has joined the team, but she talks about like not being accepted, how, you know, they'll still always look at her as a villain. She's, you know, struggling with having absorbed Carol Danvers' psyche, and Carol Danvers is kind of trying to take over domination in her mind. And this is one of my favorite parts. Rogue is like, you know, I didn't mean to permanently absorb her brain, her memories, her personality, whatever. And then Storm, who is usually like, you know, classy and never says anything, lowers the boom right here when she says, "Be that as it may, that is what happened. For better or worse, for the rest of your lives, you are stuck with each other. And if that proves an inconvenience, then consider it fair punishment for a crime that was itself the next best thing to murder." I was like, boom, damn, Storm. And that is why I love Storm, and that is why Claremont is the best Storm writer ever, right there, people. Okay, you can turn it off if you want to now, but we're going to look through the rest of the book. So she's just like, whatever, I have to deal with it. Dazzler's like, look how tan I am. Oh my gosh, isn't that crazy? I look like Tan Mom, literally. They're like, we're so bored. We're obviously fighting with the struggling personalities in our head. I think we should go shopping. And Gateway, who we're not even going to show, is just going to teleport us to the mall. Remember Gateway, the cute little Aboriginal man with the like the bolas that would spin around and send him to another, like, open portals, and they could teleport. I love that Chris Claremont like built all that in, and, you know, like, okay, the X-Men are stranded in the outback. How are they going to get around? They need a teleporter. You know, Nightcrawler isn't here, and he couldn't even teleport on that level anyway. So here comes the M Squad. I'm guessing like this is a sort of version of Ghostbusters or homage to Ghostbusters. I mean, it's basically Jubilee runs from, you know, rent-a-cops at the mall who decide to enlist the M Squad, who are offering their mutant hunting services because they can't handle Jubilee. Okay. And then so the X-Men are conveniently there shopping. They're getting makeovers, which is hilarious unto itself. I mean, the little fashion reveals, the new hairdos, and I don't know, man. If these are glow-ups, then great. I'm like, Psylocke, you English marm, we're going to crimp your hair. How do you like that? But you're still going to wear this, like, third grade school teacher's desk dress. And this is, you know, pre-Quanon, pre-Sage Perilous Psylocke that a lot of people prefer. And most of them are my friends. But whatever, I'll take whatever you give me. I like Psylocke, that's fine. It's just fun. I don't know, Dazzler was like such a weird component on the team. She was always just like, she never took it seriously, always making jokes. She like pays for a lap dance for Storm because she's so uptight, which I love. And then Storm gets up on stage dancing with the Chippendale. Oh my gosh, like whatever. I feel bad for women if this is what their strip clubs are like. Anyway. So, I don't know, how do we go from strip club? Oh yeah, Jubilee followed them there. She's like low-key obsessed with the X-Men. She's trying to run from these rent-a-cops. I don't know, M Squad. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, you know. So then, I guess they defeat M Squad here. This is a great review, right, guys? And then they go back to Australia, and Jubilee follows them through the portal, and obviously is going to join the team. I really want the next issue now. See, this is what I love, like, about that. Like, I haven't read a lot of these Claremont issues in a long time. And this is why these facsimiles are so great, because they remind me how freaking awesome they are and how awesome comics in general were from whatever time that they reprint them from. Love this house ad for the Punisher War Journal. It's almost like a a hindsight's 2020 like glimpse into the future, like, because you know this is I think Lee Fallout's Silvestri, and he was killing it on Punisher War Journal, being inked by Carl Potts. I think that was when he really started to like what do you call it, like just like develop and just become the Jim Lee that we know and love today. So much fun, right, y'all? Do you love these facsimile editions? Some people argue that they decrease the value. I say who cares? It's getting more comics in people's hands that can't afford the original key issues, and that's a good thing because comics are meant to be read, period. First and foremost, collecting is great, but you know, let's entertain and inform and educate. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and I'll bring you more soon.